Visit Jaffna via Sangupiddy Bridge for manor roads, villages, education, and economy. A gateway reborn, roads and connectivity. At 288 meters long and about 7.35 meters wide. The Sangupiddy Bridge was inaugurated in January 2011. Built in just 8 months with British soft-loan aid and engineering by Access Engineering in partnership with Maybe and Johnson. Nestled on the A32 highway, it links Sangupiddy Kilinoki district to Kuretivu Jaffna district, becoming one of just 2 road connections between the Jaffna Peninsula and mainland. This vital structure cuts the Colombo-Jaffna journey by roughly 110 kilometers or about 3 hours opening up a faster coastal artery distinct from the traditional A9 route. It also revitalizes the A32 road axis from Manor through Punaran and onward to Jaffna, strategically diversifying transport routes and spurring regional cohesion. However, concerns have arisen recently. Corrosion has prompted restrictions on heavy vehicles crossing the bridge, highlighting systemic gaps in infrastructure maintenance, roadside villages, culture, life, and landscape. A drive from Manor toward Jaffna via this route paints a portrait of rural Sri Lanka in motion. Villages line the roadway, modest clusters of homes, coconut palms, paddy fields, and local life stretching out across red-hued soil promising fertile cultivation. At Thanankalapu and other small hamlets, one sees farmers tending fields and the occasional cyclist or pedestrian by Palmyra fences. As the road nears the bridge, shimmering lagoon sides draw attention, offering a serene contrast to the earthy pastures. These villages serve as lifelines of traditional agrarian and fishing economies, where everyday rhythms revolve around land and water. Yet they are witnessing an evolving connection to regional markets and infrastructure. Education, seeding futures beyond the bridge. While specific studies of education in Sangupiddy or nearby villages are limited, Jaffna's broader educational legacy offers insight. Towns like Kape in Valakamem East near Jaffna City boast a long tradition of scholarly excellence. Institutions such as Kape Christian College, established by the Church Missionary Society over 150 years ago, reflect a deep-rooted emphasis on quality schooling in the area. Further down the coast, Uduville Girls College, founded in 1824, represents Asia's first boarding school for girls and remains a key educational institution today. Surrounded by several secondary schools and a public lending library, enhanced road access via the Sangupiddy Bridge opens new possibility instance. From outlying villages can reach these centers more easily, expanding educational reach and quality. Economy from local livelihoods to regional growth. The bridge's strategic impact has been widely hailed as a catalyst for economic revival in the north. It directly supports agricultural transport, especially paddy from regions like Punaran Granary of the North and Manor Rice Bowl, facilitating faster delivery to markets and institutions such as Jaffna Teaching Hospital. By connecting to places of cultural importance, like the Thirukitheswaram Temple and Madhu Shrine, pilgrimage and religious tourism have also gained traction. The Tourism Bureau has already identified the areas around the bridge as promising for visitor engagement and is planning amenities to encourage tourists to linger and explore. Jaffna's economy remains anchored in agriculture and fisheries. Over 60% of its workforce depends on farming and fishing, though land ownership remains uneven and unemployment hovers around 26 to 28%. Valakamam West, in particular, reflects a diversified local economy. Agriculture and fisheries support many families, while small-scale manufacturing, services, and handicrafts drive growth, integrating roads, education, and economy. A new northern narrative. Infrastructure as opportunity. The Sangupiddy Bridge symbolizes the reawakening of northern Sri Lanka, not just physically connecting regions but knitting together economic potential, educational access, and cultural exchange. Socioeconomic ripple effects, improved roads, invite commerce from local traders, transporting produce to pilgrims returning home with memories. Employment, small business growth, and service dynamics gradually evolve. Education access expanded as connectivity increases. Students from rural and semi-rural areas can reach long-standing institutions in Jaffna and beyond, enriching both their futures and those schools' communities. Sustainable growth challenges, continued maintenance of infrastructure, equitable education access, and regional investments remain critical. The recent restrictions on heavy vehicles underscore the need for resilient, long-term planning. A glimpse into village life in Jaffna, northern Sri Lanka. Jaffna, the cultural heart of northern Sri Lanka, is a land of resilience, simplicity, and deep-rooted tradition. While its urban center is evolving, the soul of Jaffna still resides in its many surrounding villages, places where time seems to move gently and life flows in harmony with nature and community. Village life in Jaffna is not only a way of living but also a reflection of centuries old customs shaped by history, religion, agriculture, and family bonds, daily rhythms, and rural simplicity. The day in a typical Jaffna village begins early, as the first light breaks over the pomera trees and red earth pads. Villagers rise with the sun. Men often head to the fields, either to till the land or manage their small-scale farms, while women prepare the morning meal, usually rice and curry with coconut sambal, made from freshly picked ingredients from the garden. The village setting is usually modest but neat. Most homes are built from brick or cement with tiled or tin roofs. Yards are swept clean, and mango, neem, drumstick, and jackfruit trees shade the gardens. In many homes, backyard vegetable plots grow brinjals, okra, chilies, and leafy greens. These self-sustained gardens are a vital part of the household economy, farming and fishing livelihoods. Agriculture is the backbone of village life in Jaffna. Despite challenges like limited fresh water, villagers have traditionally relied on efficient water management and seasonal rain to grow paddy, onions, bananas, tobacco, and groundnuts. The red soil of the region is particularly suited for crops like chilies and manioc. Farmers work in small groups or family units, often supporting one another in planting and harvesting. In coastal villages, fishing is a way of life. At dawn, the sea becomes alive with catamarans and fiberglass boats, while women wait onshore to sort the catch, usually crabs, prawns, and varieties of reef fish. The catch is later sold in village markets or dried in the sun for preservation and sale. Fish drying racks are a common sight in fishing hamlets, with rows of silver and pink shimmering under the heat. Tradition, religion, and community life. Religion plays a central role in shaping the spiritual and social rhythms of village life. Hindu temples are often the focal points of community gatherings. The sound of bells and the smell of incense carry through the air. During morning and evening pujas, temple festivals are vibrant, drawing villagers from nearby areas. During these times, streets are decorated with kolam designs, and traditional Tamil music and dance performances bring the village to life. Christianity and Islam also have a strong presence in Jaffna, especially in villages with historic churches and mosques. Religious harmony is quietly nurtured, and shared community values take precedence over division. In recent years, education has become a major focus in village life. Most villages have at least one government school, and parents are increasingly committed to ensuring their children complete secondary education. Students often walk or cycle long distances to school, sometimes crossing lagoons and dusty roads. With more access to tuition centers and digital tools, aspirations have shifted. Many youth dream of becoming teachers, doctors, or IT professionals. Despite limited resources, the determination to learn is strong.